cruel to whales. And just on its face, the whole thing was silly. But the fact that it was just one after another disgruntled employee, 4 or 5 disgruntled employees, out of the thousands of employees that SeaWorld has had, and all this innuendo.
He's talking about the Blackfish film.
Basically guesswork about how the whales felt. Good luck to figuring out how a whale feels. Never having been a whale. Probably limited in our scope. So it was again, this do-gooderism. I mean, the job of a journalist is to tell the truth. But first, make sure you get your facts straight. The way you get to the truth is with facts, not with storytelling, not with making up ideas about what a whale feels, but with facts. And it was just almost a fact-free thing. And it became a big deal, though. Lots of people, I think we have a kind of predisposition. We want to have villains, we want to have heroes, and who's a more beautiful hero to have than this magnificent animal, the killer whale? I want to be on the side of the killer whales, not these evil corporate villains that own SeaWorld and all that. So in a sense, it's just it was a stereotype show is what it was. So in any case, so now SeaWorld wants a bigger tank to put the whales in. It's going to be this magnificent big 5 million gallon tank. And I was kind of applauding this commission we have here in California, which is called the Coastal Commission, which kind of it's called quasi-judicial because it's not judicial, but it gets to make judgments based on evidence about, and its basic job is to preserve the coastline for the good of the people, so that the coastline doesn't just get eaten up by commercial interests and doesn't just get eaten up by, whatever is getting built on the coast, so that the coast stays beautiful and the coast stays available to people. That's its mission. And so it is perfectly within the Commission's mandate to make a decision about the construction at SeaWorld, because SeaWorld is very near the coast. It's within the Coastal Commission's area of mandate. But so the Coastal Commission approved this big giant tank because it fits with the idea of the public use of the land near the coast here in California and all that. Okay, so they did a good thing. But they put a catch on it, which is SeaWorld can't breed whales in this tank. They can't breed whales anymore. Which to me is an enormous case of do-gooderism, in which the Coastal Commission has no expertise in the life of whales. They don't know anything about whales. They don't know what makes a whale happy. They don't know what makes a whale sad. They don't even know if whales can be happy or sad. They don't know anything about whale breeding. And SeaWorld has the highest rating you can possibly have for its breeding programs and care programs. I know this because I was just reading about it. Okay, so as far as all the standards for zookeepers, SeaWorld's top, number 1. Okay? But we have this idea that the corporate villains are hurting these beautiful whales. So they said, you can't breed the whales. You can have the whale tank that you want, but you can't breed whales. Well, SeaWorld won't take whales out of the wild. And now they can't breed whales. So that means, essentially, they're saying, hey, as long as these 11 whales you've got now are alive, good luck, enjoy the tank, but after that you don't get any more. But my question is, what business is that of the Coastal Commission? And you might say, well, this is a small matter, but it's not, because it's a big matter in that there's this ideology of animal rights that gets in the way of real animal rights, real care for animals. That whenever we have a cute animal like or a majestic animal like Cecil the lion or these whales, we will even prefer the animal over humans. But we've got millions and millions of animals in the corporate farming world and all that who are mistreated daily, really genuinely mistreated, not treated like these whales are treated. I mean, these whales are treated like royalty by SeaWorld, but mistreated, all that. The Coastal Commission's got nothing to say about that. And not that I want them to. The Coastal Commission should have nothing to say about that. But it's this creeping sense that, hey, I'm a member, I'm part of the government, I got to do something about these whales. Look, the proper thing for the Commission to do would be to stay within its mandate. Discipline is a key part of a functioning democracy, and the discipline to say, hey, I got put on this commission to preserve the coast. It's got nothing to do with whale breeding. myself, I hope SeaWorld takes them to court and wins, because it's crazy to put these conditions on people's private property. There are institutions that are not the Coastal Commission's role. And the reason that these animal cruelty branches of the government don't get involved in preventing whale breeding at SeaWorld is because it has nothing to do with animal cruelty. It's just this creep, but we got to do good. Everybody, it seems like sometimes that everybody in government has this idea. Well, I'm here to do good. Doesn't matter what I've been actually appointed to do, or what the charter of my commission says I should do, or what my role as a judge is. So, probably enough on SeaWorld, but I believe profoundly, I'm not a big enemy of PETA or anything. I think they get a little wild sometimes, but people get wild. That's part of what we do as people. But the idea that there are large areas of our society where animals are being treated in a way that animals should not be treated. They're not being treated with the goodness that reflects the fact that they're a gift from God to us. But they're just being treated as products. And the mystery of the animal is not respected. But that's not what's going on at SeaWorld. So I'm all for the prevent animal cruelty. But do you really think it's cruel to build a 5 million gallon tank and have the whales living there being taken care of every day by veterinarians and having their nutrition monitored? And I mean, come on. So the Coastal Commission lost its mind. Before we get to the end, though, I want to talk about the Democratic debate that's coming up next Tuesday. The Democratic debate is upon us. The first